But this one was a very strong hit for Israel. They fucking banged them, excuse my language. But they really banged them. Like right now, they're banging them. They're banging all their, thank God for this. Thank God for Hamas. Thank God for Hezbollah.
Do you think that Hamas needs to let go of the hostages before there can be a ceasefire?
From the river to the sea.
Well, we support human rights.
Free, free, free Palestine.
That's assault. Please don't touch. Please don't touch. Can you go away from us?
We'll be free.
Very aggressive there. We're just covering here. No, we're not going to delete anything, especially if someone tries to assault our way out of this. Please stay away from me, sir. Back up.
I'm here to express my anger for Trudeau. And I was surprised that it's all about Palestine.
Well, Prime Minister Trudeau is in Vancouver, which means, as customary, people are not very happy. This time, it's a group of anti-Israel protesters who want the Prime Minister to do more than already calling for a ceasefire. I'm Drea Humphrey, reporting for Rebel News.
Last night, you attended a Liberal fundraiser outside. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian demonstrators gathered, calling on the government to stop providing Canadian military assistance to Israel. What is your response to their demands?
First of all, I understand how so many people across this country are grieving, are angry, are worried about this unfolding humanitarian catastrophe. That is why, as a government, we're continuing to call for immediate humanitarian pauses to be able to flow in aid, to get people out to safety, to start doing everything we can to protect civilian life. These are things that we're continuing for, and that's why we're also working with our international partners towards an urgent ceasefire. We know that is important, but that ceasefire can't be one-sided. Hamas needs to lay down its arms. Hamas needs to free all the hostages they have right now. Hamas needs to stop using civilians as human shields. And Hamas cannot have any future role in the governance of Gaza.
5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state.
Behind me is some sort of swanky banquet for the Liberals, with the honorable guest speaker being Prime Minister Trudeau. They've paid a whopping $1,700 to eat and dine with the Prime Minister, and you get a discount if you're 35 and under of $850. But the group of people behind me, I would say well over 100 to 150 people, are here to call on the Prime Minister to do more. Recently, the UN General Assembly called for a humanitarian ceasefire for the Israel-Hamas war, one that made no reference to who started the war. There was no mention of Hamas or the Hamas terrorist attack on October 7th, but nevertheless, Canada has been on board with this humanitarian ceasefire, even though there is currently at least 137 Israelis still being held hostages.
From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free.
Nevertheless, the All Out for Palestine protesters here today are calling for Trudeau to act on the ceasefire. What does that look like? Does that mean laying down your arms to defend yourself from the attack without getting the hostages back, or without Hamas laying down their arms? We'll try to ask some of the people here. This is organized by a series of groups, including Samadon, the Palestinian Prisoner Solidarity Network, who is literally a terrorist organization that is according to the Israeli Ministry of Defense. Let's see what some of them have to say. Can I ask you why it was important to be here today?
I'm too upset.
Too upset? Hi. Can I ask you why you're volunteering today?
We're busy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire.
Can I ask you why it's important to be here today?
Ceasefire now!
Sorry.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Can I ask you why it's important to be here today?
Which news are you from?
Rebel News.
No, thank you.
No?
No.
Now! Ceasefire now!
Why is that?
Now!
How come?
Ceasefire now!
Can I ask you why it's important to volunteer today?
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Hello, sir. Can I ask you why it's important to protest today?
Why is important? Well, first of all, everyone can watch and see what's going on TV. So this is why we are here, because a lot of people are been dying.
Are you happy that Trudeau has gone on board with the humanitarian ceasefire?
They should be a lot stronger. They should be more powerful towards this cause, And sorry, just before I speak, who am I speaking with? Which?
My name's Drea Humphrey. I'm with Rebel News.
From where?
Rebel News.
From where? Where's Rebel News from?
Canadian news.
Which area?
All over Canada.
Okay, what's it called again?
Rebel News.
Rebel News.
Hi.
Palestine!
Can we ask you why it's important to be at the protest today?
Free Palestine!
Oh, excuse me. Would you like to respond to the question?
No, you can't.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. You're coming up to me, so.
Palestine will be free!
It's always the people with the masks, and usually men with masks that feel like they can just bully women, but.
Who is the revolution? We are the revolution! Who is the revolution? We are the revolution! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free!
I gotta tell you, there's. Can we ask you why it's important to be here today?
Yeah, because human rights matters. And this country talks about democracy and caring about human rights. Where are they right now? Why is there no outrage? Children are being massacred as I'm standing here. Children are dying.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
So if you know anything about the Intifada, it's a very violent call that they're saying right now, the history behind it. I don't know if many of them even know what they're chanting, but it's for a lot of blood to be shed.
Long live the Intifada!
This guy's following you.
Is there a reason why you're following me? This man's following me everywhere. It's quite intimidating, but I'm Drea Humphrey with Rebel News, and I noticed your sign said Jewish Voices. That's why I came up to you.
Occupation now!
Sorry, who did you say you're with?
Drea Humphrey with Rebel News, and I noticed your sign said Jewish Voices, which is why I'm asking you.
Certainly, yeah. So,
From the river to the sea!
I just want to ask also if you've asked talked to any Palestinians yet today?
Yes.
Okay, good. I just asked that. So no, I mean, I'm just with the organization, and I just make a bunch of signs for them. So I've been working on sign making just to help get the message out and to share. And I also have a sign on the other side with a Palestine sunbird on it. So that's our nickname here. And it's just the message is that we want peace. We believe in and we just want there to be justice for Palestinians.
What does a ceasefire look like? Should Hamas lay down their arms at all or return the hostages?
No.
How come?
No, because since 1948, it's been 70 years they've been killing. This is not new. This is something not new. This didn't just happen right now. It's been happening for years. Israel has to go.
And
Palestine
what
will
would
stay.
happen to the people who live in Israel now? Where would they go?
They will stay there. Just their government. We're not talking about the people. We're talking about the government, right?
We've seen no sign of Trudeau. I'm assuming he came through the back or some hidden tunnel, as probably is customary now these days. And it does seem to be more under control than the last time anti-Israel protesters were around Trudeau in Vancouver. He was in a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown. I'll show you a little clip of what went down then.
Ceasefire now! Look at us, Justin! You're killing kids! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Shame on you! You have blood on your hands! Call for a ceasefire! Call for a ceasefire! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! You have blood on your hands, Justin! Come out! Answer to your crimes! Tell us why you're killing kids! You are a murderer!
According to the VPD, there were at least 2 arrests during that protest, one of which they say was a man who tried to gouge out a female officer's eyes. But again, haven't seen any violence except for that one masked guy who keeps coming in to me. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
What you had? No, I don't know.
No, don't touch, don't touch. If you have something to say, you can say it. Don't use your hands. Well, I eat my words. Maybe it is getting aggressive. That lady just put her protest sign on the camera here. I don't know what's happening there. But anyway, so I guess I eat my words. So you never know what's going to happen. If you appreciate what Rebel News does with our boots on the ground, you can support our independent journalism to bring you reports like this by going to deporthamas.com. I messed up the Oscar. Free Palestine! That's assault. Please don't touch. Please don't touch. Can you go away from us? Very aggressive there. We're just covering here. No, we're not going to delete anything, especially if someone tries to assault our way out of this. Please stay away from me, sir. Back up.
I'm here to express my anger for Trudeau. And I was surprised that it's all about Palestine.
Can I ask you why it's important to be here today?
I'm sorry.
So do you think October 7th was warranted?
October 7th?
Do you think it was warranted what Hamas did then on October 7th?
Rise of October 7th, a lot of stuff happened
you?
before that. I'm not surprised. I've seen many other, conflicts like that. This is not the first time. But this one was a very strong hit for Israel. They fucking banged them, excuse my language. But they really banged them. Like right now, they're banging them. They're banging all their, thank God for this. Thank God for Hamas. Thank God for Hezbollah. They freed, I'm from Lebanon. They freed Lebanon. And then Palestine is next. They're going to free Palestine.
Now, on Tuesday, Canada did say they want to have a humanitarian ceasefire. What more would you like to see happen?
Stop funding Israel.
And what does a ceasefire look like to you? Should they release the hostages?
Be free. That's it. No comment.
So celebrating the terrorist attack that took place on October 7th, the brutal rapes that happened, the slaying of elderly, disabled people, and the still 137, as we film this, hostages who have been kidnapped from their family. You heard that one man boldly stand and applause and celebrate it. It's not a narrative to say that many of these people are pro-Hamas. They do not think Israel has the right to defend itself, despite being the only Jewish state in the Middle East.
Palestine still exists.
Now, Canada just asked for a humanitarian ceasefire. Do you think that's good enough, or you'd like to see them do more?
Well, there's a lot more that's needed, and just simply we need a lot more done for there to be justice and for there to be a just end to the conflict.
Do you think that Hamas needs to let go of the hostages before there can be a ceasefire?
Well, we support human rights, so we believe in independent Jewish voices. I'm just referring to our our principles that we all agree on, and we believe in human rights for all people, all civilians, all human rights issues need to be respected, and that goes for everyone, and so I'll just leave it at that.
You would
We're not scared. We're not scared anymore.
Would you consider
They were scared. They scared us before, but not anymore.
So you would consider yourself pro-Hamas then? Pro-Hamas government?
Pro-Hamas? No. I just support what they did. I'm not a pro.
On October 7th.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Free Palestine.
From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Sorry, I need to ask everyone to just stop so that the chanters can move to the front.
Calls for Intifada, wiping the Jews from the river to the sea, and a call for revolution, all taking place in Vancouver, BC. I'm Drea Humphrey for Rebel News. At Rebel News, we support free speech, but if you're not a Canadian on Canadian soil calling for the wiping out of Jews and celebrating a terrorist attack that included the rape and murder of innocent women, children, and disabled, you need to get out of here. Go to deporthamas.com if you agree and call for that to take place.